Welcome to my vocabulary lesson. My name is Maya, and in this video I would like to give you a lot of information about a very common verb, which is get. We are going to cover basic uses of get, okay? But before we get started, I would like to say a couple of things. So first of all, thank you so much for watching my first video, and thank you for your wonderful comments. I really appreciate your technical suggestions. Okay, so hopefully the light today is a bit better than in the previous video. Secondly, I was very happy when some of you wrote me that you did the exercise which was included in the first video, and you did very well. So you were able to identify the mistakes and correct them. So well done. Good job. Okay, and finally, the reason why I've decided to make these videos is because I really want to help you to improve your knowledge of English, to improve your grammar, to develop your vocabulary, and to get rid of some very common mistakes. Because I know that it's not easy to get rid of some mistakes. If you're used to saying things in one way, then to change it, it takes some time. Because, for example, in Spanish, you can say más grande if you want to compare things, yes, or más flojo, más fácil. But in English, it's not the same. You can't say more easy or more big. You need to say bigger, easier, so it takes some time to change it, it takes some time to get used to another way, but obviously you can achieve it if you are consistent and if you don't give up. So never give up. Okay, so now we can start. Okay, so let's have a look at the board. Again, the topic for today, basic uses of get. So this lesson is ideal for pre-intermediate and intermediate students. As you can see, I wrote a question for you. What do you know about the verb get? And I'm sure that you know a lot because it's a very common verb in English, okay? So it's very common because a lot of people use this verb all the time. It's important to keep in mind that it's an irregular verb. So the past simple form is got, the past participle is got as well. If you want to use the ing form, you need to keep in mind, or you need to remember, that you need to double T. That's why getting. Okay? And this verb can be used in a variety of ways and has different meanings. And in my video, I would like to focus on these 2 points. To illustrate what I mean, you can have a look at the example sentences. So I get up very early every day. So get up is a phrasal verb. Yes, it's one example how we can use this verb with phrasal verbs. You could use get with comparatives, for example, getting better, it's one example. And it could mean receive and arrive. So have a look at the example sentences. And now we are going to go into details. Yes, I'm going to tell you more about comparatives, about different meanings, and I will give you a couple of examples of phrasal verbs. Okay, so you could combine get with adjectives. You could say get angry, get cold, get tired, get married. Okay, so my boyfriend hardly ever gets angry, and it's true because he is a well-balanced person, so it means that he controls his emotions. Okay, get cold, so it means that your coffee is becoming cold, is getting cold. Next example, get tired. I'm getting tired of your negativity, okay? So you could say the sentence to someone like, okay, stop being so negative because I'm getting tired of it. So you'd better do something about it, okay? And get married. So my best friend got married a couple of days ago, Okay, so that's how you could use it. You could combine it with adjectives. Another way is to combine get with comparative. Yes, comparative. So for example, good is an irregular adjective and the comparative form is better. Bad is an irregular adjective and the comparative form is worse. Okay, so you have my students' English is getting better, so it's about you, because I'm sure that your English is getting better because you are so motivated. Okay, and next one. The traffic congestion gets even worse during the summer. So this sentence means that the traffic congestion is very bad or is bad during the year, but during the summer it gets even worse. Okay, so now let's concentrate on different meanings of this verb. So it could be buy, it could be arrive, or it could be receive. Okay, so example sentences. He went to the shop to get some milk. My dad gets a newspaper every day. So you could say he went to the shop to buy some milk or to get some milk. Both sentences are perfectly fine. So my example, tonight I'm going out, so I need to get a new pair of shoes, or I need to get a new dress. All right, so get means also arrive. Yes, so some expressions for you: get to work, get home, and get to school. So last night I got home very late because I went out. Or I try to get to work on time because I'm a very punctual person. Okay, what about you? Are you punctual? Okay, then we have get, which means receive. So you could get a present, get an email, get a salary at the end of the month. Okay, so my sentences for you. Everyone enjoys getting presents. I get mainly work-related emails. Okay, so remember that get means buy, arrive, receive. So different meanings. Okay, and now phrasal verbs. First of all, let me remind you what phrasal verbs are. They are get plus preposition. Okay, so get is a verb and up is a preposition, so get up is a phrasal verb. And it means to stand up. Okay, so I get up very early every day. So for example, at 8 o'clock. But at the weekend, maybe a bit later, like at 9, something like this. What about you? What time do you get up every day? And my example sentence, get up and show your appreciation. So for example, imagine that you are in the theater and you enjoyed the play, okay? So you could say this sentence to your friend, like, get up and show your appreciation, like stand up from the chair, and by doing so, you could show your appreciation, okay? So then we have get on and get off. Get on is used with buses, trains, planes, and boats. And the opposite is get off. Okay, so get on, it means to go on to a bus, and get off, it means to leave. Example sentences. Show your boarding pass as you get on. So when you get on the plane, you should show your boarding pass. Boarding pass or boarding card are the same thing. Next one. Make sure you take your belongings when you get off. So when you leave a bus, train, plane, or boat, you should make sure that you didn't leave behind anything. Okay? So remember, get on, get off. And now we have the car. So it's different. You need to use another phrasal verb, which is get into and get out. So get into the car, and the opposite is get out of the car. And the last phrasal verb for today, it's get on with someone and get along. Okay, so get on with someone is British English and get along is American English, but both of them mean the same thing. So it means to have a good relationship. Okay, so my example sentences for you. It's important to get on with your colleagues. In my opinion, it's like this, you should try to get on with every one of your colleagues, with your family members, with everyone. Okay, he gets on with everyone. And the last sentence, I don't really get along with my husband's sister. So it's in American English, and it means that I don't have a good relationship with my husband's sister, okay, which is not necessarily true, because as a matter of fact, I get along with my husband's sister. Okay, so before we move on to the last stage of this lesson, let's have a quick look at what we've covered today. Okay, yes, so you know that you could combine get with adjectives and with comparatives. For example, get angry, get better, get worse. You know that get has different meanings: buy, arrive, and receive. And today you've learned a couple of very common phrasal verbs with get. For example, get up, get on, get off, get into, get out of the car, for example, and get on with someone and get along, which means to have a good relationship. Fantastic. So we've covered a lot of things today. Good job. And students who know me, they know that I'm very keen on questions, okay? So I've listed 10 questions for you. Now you could pause the video and you could answer them, okay? In order to practice all of these expressions, phrasal verbs, very useful ones. And remember that if you are planning on taking the IELTS exam in the future, it's necessary to get used to answering in a long way, okay? So for example, like yes, no, I don't know are not really good answers, okay? So you should expand them a bit by adding some examples, something like this. So yes, 10 questions for you. So that's all for today. I hope that you've enjoyed my lesson. And if you did, then please subscribe and give a thumbs up, okay? So you're more than welcome to like my video. And please go to my website, englishteachermaya.com, and you could read more about the courses I teach. I teach mainly intensive courses and IELTS courses, okay? So, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope to see you very soon. Bye!